Hi,
Hi.
Melinda Gates.
Nice to
to
meet
see
you.
you.
Nice
I'm
to
so
meet you.
glad we get to do this.
I'm glad to meet you too.
So fun.
So it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you.
Are you ever surprised to find yourself leading one of the greatest and most influential foundations in the world?
Absolutely. I mean, I grew up and went to a Catholic school in Dallas, K through 8, and then also 12th grade. And I don't think you ever grow up thinking I'm going to run a foundation or be in the position that I'm in. So yeah, it's been a complete surprise to me. And but I think what I've tried to do with this role is to really think about how we change the world for women. How do we empower women? And that's a fun role to be in.
No, I bet. What has been most challenging about your role as a co-chair of the Gates Foundation?
Well, Bill and I have to make investment decisions about how and where to invest. And so we do that absolutely together as co-chairs. And I think one of the most challenging things, though, sometimes is getting people who are in a very scientific focus of mind inside the foundation. We have a lot of scientists, which is great, but getting them to see how important cultural change is too, to moving an issue forward, like women's empowerment. That doesn't come natural to people. It's also a very messy and difficult space. So explaining that and figuring our way through that, I think that's been my role. And it's not always the most comfortable role, but sometimes I say what you have to do is lean into the uncomfortable, and my job is to get everybody to lean in there to figure out what can we do to make change for women.
And what about that inspires you the most?
The women that I meet on the ground. I travel to the developing world minimum 3 times a year, and I'm not only meeting with governments about policy issues, but I'm also on the ground in slums, in rural areas. And the women that you meet are so inspiring. I mean, on very meager resources, what they're doing to lift their families up and lift their kids up is just, it inspires me every time I go out there.
So I know you, after high school, you went to Duke and you studied computer science, a field that is not really studied by a lot of women. So what made you decide to study computer science?
Well, like you, I think in high school, I had some incredible women around me who said, I was good in math, but you can be good at computers. You could be good in engineering if that's what you choose to do. And having these women who not only believed in me, but showed me the way. So where I was good in mathematics, they brought computers into the school, and then my friends and I started programming, and we got hooked. I think that made an enormous difference to me then saying, wow, I could have a career in that field. And I also had a mother and father who completely believed in all 4 of us kids going to college. We had 2 girls, 2 boys in our family. But my father really believed that diverse teams, he was an engineer, but when he had female mathematicians on his team, the teams were better. So my dad also believed that I could be good in technology, and I think all of those things influenced me.
So what do you think is the most important thing for women to do when immersed in a STEM-based profession?
I think it is to surround yourself with other people who are going to help you and elevate you, other men and other women. Because when you go into these fields, a man or a woman will tell you in college, they are really hard. Getting through the engineering and the sciences and computer science, those are hard degrees in college, but they're totally doable. But you need to surround yourself with people. So just when you start to lose your self-confidence, they can remind you that you're good at it. Or just when you get a problem set that you can't figure out, you start to realize they're out of their mind too, trying to figure it out, and you start to figure it out together. And ultimately, if you surround yourself with other good people who are struggling with the same issues you are and finding their way through, it's going to help you later in industry. Because in industry, you don't code alone in a room, you code with teams, right? So surrounding yourself with other people who are going to be there for you and you're going to be there for them in these STEM fields, highly important.
What is needed to recruit more women in those fields and to receive equal or better promotions?
Well, this is a huge problem in the field, particularly I would say in computer science. And I think there are a number of issues, but it starts with kind of a leaky pipeline where girls don't stay in it K through 12 or in college. When they get out into the workforce, they don't find it very diverse or very welcoming. So I think we as a country need to make a whole host of investments of more places like where you go, the Ann Richards School, that not only says girls can be good in STEM, it shows them how to be good in STEM and how to show up. And I think we also have to invest in the workplace environment to say, diversity just makes sense. You get better ideas, better innovation, better return on your investment. And so we need to do the real things in the workplace.
So after college, as a woman, how should we put ourselves in the best position to succeed?
Follow your passion. So whatever it is, whether it's mechanical engineering, whether it's design as part of that, whether it's computer science, whether it's biological sciences, whatever you find that your passion is in that field, then keep following it out of college. Like, take the job that helps you imbibe that passion. Because if you follow the passion, you're going to be so much better at whatever it is that you do. Whereas if you kind of take a sideline job that doesn't quite meet, if it's design, let's say, and engineering you like together, but you take one that's just engineering or just design, you're not going to be as passionate about it. And so it'll be harder to put your energy behind it. But if you can follow the passion in the field that you study and you know what that is, wow, I think you come alive.
All right, so well, I think that's it. Thank you for coming and meeting up with us. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Well, Brianna, congratulations to you, first of all,
Thank you.
for the college that you're going to in
Thank
Walla
you.
Walla and for everything you've done in high school. But also just, I really appreciate the very thoughtful questions and the time for the interview today.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right. Super.